Welcome to the subject pronoun section. First of all, what are subject pronouns? Subject pronouns help reduce repetition in everyday conversations. For example, my Uncle Felipe lives in Argentina. He loves camping, but he stays in hotels more often. What if I said, my Uncle Felipe lives in Argentina. My Uncle Felipe loves camping, but my Uncle Felipe stays in hotels more often. The first example sounded much better. That's because we used a subject pronoun, so that we could replace my Uncle Felipe with a much shorter word, he. Let's take a look at the big subject pronoun chart. Let's read each subject pronoun twice.
Yo, tú, usted, ella, él, nosotras, nosotros, ellas, ellos, ustedes.
Now let's go over each subject pronoun individually.
Yo. For this Y right here, we're going to make the sound J. Yo. For two, notice the accent. We're going to go over accents in detail later on. For now, let's just remember that tú is the informal way of saying you. Tú. For usted, it's also a way to say you, but it's a formal way to say it. Or that's how you would talk to your boss or president or someone you don't know. Tú is more for like your friends, family members, and close acquaintances. So far we have yo, tú, usted, ella, that's for she. Now notice the double L, ella, that has the same phonetics, or the same sound as yo, because that Y and the double L are going to sound the same. Yo and ella, okay? So ella is for she, él, it's he. Again, as far as accents go, we will go over that later on. For now, just know that when you say he, we're going to use él. Nosotras is the feminine way of saying we. You can see there's an A there, as opposed to nosotros, which is the masculine way of saying we. If for some reason there's a group of girls and there's only one guy, even if there's only one guy, they're still going to say nosotros. So, nosotras for girls, nosotros for guys, and then nosotros for a mix of guys and girls. Ellos or ellas, that's basically the same thing, just they. For girls, it's ellas. For guys, it's ellos. Now they're going to be conjugated the same way. Just like usted, él, and ella are conjugated the same way. Nosotros, nosotras are conjugated the same way. Ellos and ellas are conjugated the same way. Alright? Lastly, we have ustedes. Ustedes is the plural way to say tú, and also the plural way to say usted. Doesn't really matter if it's formal or informal. If it's plural, we're going to say ustedes. Okay, that's how we say you in plural. And that is going to go for both male and female. Going to be always ustedes. Yo, tú, usted, ella, él, nosotras, nosotros, ellas, ellos, ustedes.
As you notice, some of these subject pronouns have the same color. The reason why is because usted, él, and ella are always going to have the same conjugation. Nosotros and nosotras are always going to have the same conjugation. Ellos and ellas always going to have the same conjugation. I took that big chart and I simplified it, and I used a shorter version of it. So here's an example of what most conjugation charts are going to look like. Let's look at the one for hablar. Usted, él, and ella get the same conjugation. Habla. Él habla, ella habla, usted habla. Nosotras hablamos, nosotros hablamos. Notice that I use the at symbol. That's basically to point out that a particular pronoun can be or will be conjugated the same way for both the male version and the female version of it. So if it's a group of men, we would say nosotros. If it's a group of women, we would say we, but we will use nosotras because it's female. But the important thing is that both nosotros and nosotras are going to get the same conjugation when it comes to conjugating a verb. So for that reason, you're going to see the nosotros or slash nosotras made with an ad in it, so that it shows that it applies to both the male and the female. Big chart is always going to be available in your tools, so you can always go back to it and refer to it. You can always keep it handy on your desk if you would like. Como siempre, thank you and gracias.